William Kingdon Clifford, 1845 to 1879, was a British philosopher, mathematician, and advocate of scientific naturalism, whose contributions to both the fields of mathematics and philosophy have made a lasting impact. While Clifford is perhaps best known for his work in mathematics, particularly for Clifford algebra, his philosophical works also provide a rich source of motivation and lessons that can resonate with us today. His emphasis on the importance of empiricism, ethics, and the necessity of critical thinking is deeply motivational and instructive. In this video, we will explore key themes from Clifford's life and work and extract the lessons they can offer for personal growth, ethical reflection, and societal improvement. His ideas on the role of science in society, the moral obligation of knowledge, and the importance of cultivating a rational and responsible approach to life offer profound insights that remain relevant for modern readers. 1. The importance of questioning assumptions and thinking critically. One of the central themes in Clifford's philosophy is the importance of skepticism and questioning assumptions. He argued that no belief should be accepted without sufficient evidence and reasoning. This skepticism wasn't meant to breed cynicism, but rather to promote the idea that all claims must stand up to scrutiny. Clifford's most famous work, The Ethics of Belief, famously states, "It is wrong always, everywhere, and for anyone, to believe anything upon insufficient evidence." Clifford's call for skepticism is deeply motivational because it encourages us to avoid complacency in our thinking and to challenge the status quo. In an age where misinformation spreads easily, and where many are content to accept beliefs handed down by authorities or popular opinion, Clifford's lesson is as relevant as ever. The process of thinking critically about the information we encounter, rather than accepting it without reflection, is empowering. It helps us navigate a complex world where knowledge is both abundant and often misleading. 2. The ethical responsibility of knowledge. Clifford's emphasis on evidence and reason was not merely a theoretical position. He connected this to the ethics of belief, arguing that there is a moral responsibility attached to the act of holding beliefs. If you believe something without adequate evidence, it is not just a personal failing, it can have far-reaching consequences. In The Ethics of Belief, Clifford wrote, "It is wrong always, everywhere, and for anyone, to believe anything upon insufficient evidence." This notion challenges us to think not only about our own beliefs but also about the impact those beliefs have on others. If we hold beliefs that are unsubstantiated or harmful, we are not only damaging our own intellectual integrity, but we are also contributing to the perpetuation of falsehoods or harmful ideologies in society. The lesson here is one of moral accountability. By ensuring our beliefs are grounded in evidence, we also ensure that we act responsibly toward others. In today's world, where misinformation can influence elections, public health, and even social justice, the ethical responsibility to hold beliefs based on facts is a powerful lesson. This idea can serve as motivation to continue seeking out the truth and to challenge any assumptions that may cloud our judgment or lead to harm. 3. The value of scientific inquiry and rational thought. Clifford was deeply committed to the value of science as a means of understanding the world. He argued that scientific inquiry was the best tool humanity had for overcoming ignorance and advancing society. Clifford was a proponent of the view that the mind is shaped by the material world, and as such, rational thought and empirical observation are the best methods to approach knowledge. One of his most significant contributions to mathematics was the development of what is now known as Clifford algebra, a branch of mathematics that extends the ideas of vector spaces to accommodate more complex geometric structures. This work underscores Clifford's belief in the power of abstract thought and the importance of mathematical reasoning. In a broader sense, Clifford's advocacy for scientific thinking is motivational because it reminds us that knowledge is not a matter of dogma or tradition. Instead, knowledge is an evolving process of inquiry, discovery, and refinement. For those striving to improve their understanding of the world, Clifford's message is clear: the path to deeper knowledge requires ongoing curiosity and an openness to revision based on new evidence. 4. The role of philosophy in the development of the human spirit. While Clifford's work in mathematics is widely recognized, he was also deeply invested in philosophical questions. One of the most compelling aspects of his philosophical thinking is his focus on human development and the role of philosophy in shaping human character. Clifford believed that philosophy could guide us toward ethical living and a deeper understanding of our place in the universe. His writings encourage us to use philosophy as a tool for personal and collective growth. For Clifford, philosophy was not merely an intellectual exercise, it was a means of improving both the individual and society. By questioning our assumptions, being honest in our self-reflection, and striving toward moral integrity, we can become better human beings. Philosophy, according to Clifford, should not be distant from our lived experience but should inform how we live our lives, how we engage with others, and how we navigate the world. The lesson here is that philosophy is not reserved for academics or those with a particular interest in abstract theory. Philosophy is a tool that can help us live more ethically and more thoughtfully. It is a source of motivation for those who want to live their lives with greater awareness and purpose. 5. The interconnection of knowledge and social justice. Clifford was deeply concerned with the moral implications of our beliefs and actions, and he saw an urgent connection between intellectual responsibility and social justice. He argued that our individual beliefs could have consequences for society at large. For instance, if people hold unjust or harmful beliefs, whether about race, gender, or economics, they are complicit in perpetuating systems of oppression. Clifford's philosophy encourages us to think not just about the private, individual nature of belief but about its public and collective dimensions. He recognized that our beliefs influence our actions, and our actions shape the world we live in. To improve society, we must confront harmful ideologies and replace them with more just and reasonable ones. The motivational lesson here is one of empowerment. We are not passive recipients of the world around us, we are active participants in shaping it. By critically examining our own beliefs and advocating for a just and equitable society, we can play a role in creating a better future. Clifford's ethical philosophy encourages us to engage with the world not just as thinkers but as moral agents. 6. The danger of dogma and the importance of open-mindedness. A recurring theme in Clifford's work is the rejection of dogmatism. He believed that dogmatic beliefs were not only intellectually harmful but also morally wrong. The danger of dogma is that it discourages critical thinking and perpetuates false or harmful views. When people cling to beliefs without evidence or consideration of alternative viewpoints, they shut themselves off from the possibility of growth and change. Clifford's rejection of dogma is especially relevant in today's polarized world, where ideological purity often trumps reasoned discourse. Clifford's lesson is motivational because it urges us to remain open-minded and willing to revise our views based on new evidence or thoughtful reflection. In a society increasingly divided by ideological battles, the ability to engage in open-minded discussion is a valuable skill that can lead to personal growth and contribute to societal progress. 7. The uncertainty of knowledge and the need for humility. Clifford's work also acknowledges the limitations of human knowledge. He was acutely aware that no matter how much we learn, there will always be more to discover and understand. This recognition of the uncertainty of knowledge is not a reason for despair but an invitation to humility. Clifford believed that we should approach knowledge with a sense of wonder and awe, and that this humility would guide us toward greater wisdom. This lesson in humility is motivational because it helps us cope with the uncertainty and complexity of life. Rather than becoming frustrated or discouraged by the limits of our understanding, we can use this awareness as a source of motivation to continue learning and growing. Acknowledging the uncertainty of our knowledge allows us to remain open to new perspectives and to approach life with a sense of curiosity and wonder. 8. The relationship between knowledge and power. Clifford understood that knowledge isn't just a neutral collection of facts, it is intimately tied to power. Who holds knowledge, and how they use it, can have profound impacts on society. In his view, those who control knowledge can shape narratives, influence public opinion, and control access to truth. Therefore, acquiring knowledge isn't only about personal enrichment or intellectual satisfaction, it's about gaining the ability to participate fully in the social and political landscape, making informed decisions, and empowering others. One of the most important lessons from this aspect of Clifford's thinking is that knowledge should never be hoarded or used as a tool of domination. The ethical responsibility of knowledge implies that it should be shared and made accessible, especially when it has the power to influence others' lives. This serves as motivation to spread awareness, contribute to public discourse, and make knowledge accessible to those who lack it. In a modern world where information is more readily available than ever, but often hidden behind paywalls, misinformation, or exclusivity, Clifford's ideas remind us that knowledge should be a force for equality, not inequality. This lesson is especially relevant today in fields like politics, business, and education. Clifford's work motivates us to push for transparency, share knowledge generously, and ensure that power derived from knowledge is wielded responsibly. 9. The interplay between individual and collective responsibility. Another crucial aspect of Clifford's thought is his belief in the tension and interplay between individual responsibility and collective well-being. While much of his work focuses on individual ethics, such as the responsibility to seek evidence for one's beliefs, he also considered the collective consequences of our individual actions. This is particularly evident in his discussions on the impact of personal beliefs on larger societal structures. Clifford's ideas encourage us to recognize that our individual actions have a ripple effect on the broader community. The ways we choose to think, what we choose to believe, and how we act based on those beliefs do not just affect us in isolation, they contribute to shaping the culture and moral fabric of the society in which we live. This motivation pushes us to see our roles within larger systems, whether societal, environmental, or political, and to make choices that not only benefit us personally but also foster the common good. When we realize that our individual actions contribute to the collective well-being, we are motivated to act with a sense of responsibility toward others. In this way, Clifford teaches us to balance our pursuit of personal growth with an understanding of our interconnectedness with the larger world around us. 10. The pursuit of a meaningful life through continuous learning. One of the most profound motivational lessons in Clifford's work is his unwavering belief in the value of continuous learning. Clifford did not view knowledge acquisition as a finite or terminal process. Rather, he saw learning as a lifelong endeavor, one that should be pursued with curiosity, dedication, and humility. For Clifford, learning was not just an intellectual pursuit, it was also a moral and emotional one. It required a willingness to be open-minded, to revise one's views, and to push beyond the boundaries of one's comfort zone. Clifford's life exemplified the belief that knowledge is an evolving process, and that the pursuit of wisdom is not something that ends but something that deepens with time. The lesson here is motivational because it encourages us to think of life as a constant opportunity for growth. Whether we are learning new skills, challenging our preconceptions, or engaging with diverse perspectives, the pursuit of knowledge enables us to live more fulfilling and meaningful lives. In a society that sometimes prioritizes short-term success or superficial achievements, Clifford reminds us that true success is not measured by external accolades or fleeting moments of recognition but by the depth and breadth of our ongoing intellectual and personal growth. Continuous learning, in this sense, is a lifelong commitment to self-improvement, curiosity, and a deeper understanding of the world around us. This lesson encourages us to embrace a mindset of constant exploration, knowing that each step in the pursuit of knowledge makes our lives richer and more meaningful. Conclusion: drawing inspiration from Clifford's vision. William Kingdon Clifford's work continues to offer profound lessons for contemporary society. From the importance of critical thinking and the moral responsibility of our beliefs to the recognition that knowledge is inherently tied to power and collective well-being, Clifford's contributions urge us to live responsibly, seek truth, and understand the interconnectedness of our actions. His life serves as a motivational example of how the pursuit of knowledge should not be an isolated or self-serving endeavor but a force for personal growth and collective betterment. Incorporating Clifford's lessons into our own lives can empower us to think more critically, live more ethically, and contribute more positively to society. His work reminds us that the path to a meaningful and purposeful life lies in the ongoing pursuit of knowledge, the ethical application of that knowledge, and a commitment to continually improving ourselves and the world around us.